Let's have a look at some nouns and adjectives you can use to describe devices, innovations, discoveries, and scientific inventions. When you say that something is state of the art, typically state of the art technology, for example, you want to emphasize the idea that probably this is the most recent, that this is incorporating the newest technology. Somehow it is related to the idea of something being the latest release, for example. So the most recent stage, using the latest techniques or equipment. This is why, for example, if you're referring to a 3D printer, you could say that this is a state-of-the-art 3D printer, or this is the state-of-the-art in 3D printing, or that the security system is state-of-the-art. And when you're saying this, okay, it tends to be innovative, but definitely your emphasis is on the idea that it is the latest version, the latest development, or the latest released version. Or for example, if you think of these cartoon studio, you might say that Pixar is a studio known for its state-of-the-art digital technology. They are known to use the latest technology available. The expression cutting edge is somehow similar, but in this case, the emphasis is on the technology or the science or the scientific discovery being used being highly advanced, really innovative or pioneering. Probably something which is cutting edge may also be state of the art. It needn't be, it could be, okay? But if you use the expression cutting edge, if you refer to, for example, this team of scientists have pioneered cutting edge technology, if you're referring to cutting edge technology, the emphasis is on that technology being innovative. It might not be the very latest release, but you believe that this is really innovative. The word breakthrough can be both a noun and an adjective. If you use it as a noun, it's something that is sudden, dramatic, but very relevant, a key discovery, a key development. So, for example, we are always hoping for a major breakthrough in cancer research. If somehow there is a wall stopping science from going forward, and somehow you manage to break through that wall. So this is why I've used this picture here. So if science manages to do something which is really key and that makes, society or science in this case go forward, because this is such an important discovery or development, we say that this is a breakthrough. So you talk about a major breakthrough in cancer research, or for example, COVID-19 vaccines have been a breakthrough for science, for health management, for pharmaceutical innovation. You could also use this word as an adjective and say that this is a breakthrough discovery or this is a breakthrough innovation. If you don't talk about science, but you're talking about culture, for example, you might use the word breakthrough as an example of achieving success in a particular sphere, in a particular activity. So, for example, if you think of a singer like Amy Winehouse, her album Back to Black was really successful, and it made her become really famous. She was slightly known in the UK, probably, but then ever since she released Back to Black, she became worldwide famous. She became this massive star. So this was a sudden, dramatic way of achieving success. So Amy Winehouse's breakthrough album Back to Black was released in 2006. Finally, the word milestone has a literal meaning and then a metaphorical, perhaps more common meaning, more frequent meaning. This is a milestone. If you think of a road, every mile you used to have a stone telling you the number of miles you had to drive or to ride or whatever. Okay? So this milestone may indicate the distance to a particular town, or you might say, in that road, this is mile 28, mile 29, mile 30. We still have something similar in Spain, indicating the kilometers on the road. Okay? If you think of history, however, and if you think of a timeline, for example, if this is a timeline for history, so in these historical timelines, you tend to indicate somehow the very important events to be remembered in history. So, for example, 1914, First World War, 1939, Second World War, then, for example, 1978, the Spanish Constitution, then maybe, 2022, the war with Ukraine, or war in Ukraine, sorry. So anyway, in this historical timeline, you write these very important events in the development what happened in history. So you have in here events that happened in the 1990s, for example. Somehow, because these remind you of the milestones that used to be in the roads. So a milestone is a significant, a really important event. So there might be milestones for science, for example. Finally, you can see an example of this in this, just the headline of this article. A Spanish woman who has been blind for 16 years has been able to recognize patterns and letters thanks to a brain implant. Wow, this is really, it's a dramatic advance somehow. So you could say that this groundbreaking development, which is the same as this breakthrough, you could say that these are synonyms. This breakthrough has been hailed, praised as a milestone in artificial vision, because if you think of all the steps in the process of improving people's vision, this probably will go down in history, at least in this field, and it will be a milestone, a moment in history to be remembered.